eating less chicken.
And this is you slimmed down.
This is me slimmed down. But in the process of slimming down, I still have a long ways to go.
I want to get into asking you about the Smashing Machine.
I started my career in wrestling. It didn't go exactly as I had planned. There's a few of you to know. The Rocky Maivia days, that's right. So for those of you who don't know, I started my career as Rocky Maivia, and when I started wrestling, Vince McMahon would tell me all the time, "You can't smile enough. I want to see you smile. Every time you go out, you have to smile. On your way back, I want to see you smiling." And it struck me as odd back then, and I said, "Well, it just doesn't feel right because you're trying to wrestle and win the match, but you're smiling." And he said, he goes, "Yeah, but I just want to make sure that people know that you're grateful if you're smiling." And I went, "Right, got it." And you absorb it and you do it. Now I realize there's other ways that I can be grateful, but I understood that. And back then, though, fans didn't like that because it really wasn't authentic. A buddy of mine who texts me. And he said, "Hey, what I realize is greatness isn't about what you achieve. Real greatness comes when you don't achieve it and how you respond to not achieving it."
Yes.
It really moved me. I was like, wow, that's amazing. So, listening and how important listening is. I've always felt like, I think I'm a pretty decent listener. But then once I understood, no. When you're talking to people and when you listen to people, there's such power in listening. And it was in that I started to develop these little, maybe idiosyncratic movements and things like that just began to happen. Where sometimes when I listen to people and I'm really into it, sometimes I look a little intense and I catch myself, because this person could think I'm gonna kill them. But I'm really listening to you. So it happened when I realized the power of listening and how important that was. And then of course, you start to become engaged and have a relationship with the camera, as you said, and also when you have the right director is able to really pull performance out of you, especially if... Microphones? Okay, good.
Yeah. So, welcome. Emily, Benny, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And now you can tell us all...
I guess how different he was from what I had imagined.
Yes, yeah.
You know?
What had you imagined?
I said to him very early on, I realized that The Rock is the performance of a lifetime. Because I'm telling you, and it was when I first was like, you are an incredible character actor, because he was so gentle and quite interior and sort of contemplative and kind, just easy, like so lovely to be around, funny, quick, all these qualities that, not that I'd shortchanged you completely, DJ, but I maybe assumed that he was closer to a bigger persona,
I just made eye contact and I saw this swirl behind his eyes. There's this incredible magnetism and that just draws you in, but then there's also this kind of complex amount of emotions that are just kind of screaming to come out, and it was really and the fact that he wanted to make this movie and tell this story just told me everything about who he is. And I both fell in love with the character also. Mark Kerr's, he's an incredible guy. He's complicated, vulnerable. And I was just like, we have to go on that journey together. We just gotta it was really, it was like an unspoken connection there. It was awesome.
I feel this every time I start a movie, especially a character that's going to require all of you and that's going to require sort of full weather system of what you're hopefully able to do, but it's a bit of a leap into the unknown every time. So I guess more than anything, I try to reassure you that it's good to be scared, to be very scared actually, to be almost terrified. And I think your body then prepares to do something great, hopefully. And I think like Benny, I had felt from him over the years as a friend. Is this weird, me talking about this if you're not here? You know? I felt from him. But it's true, I keep fluctuating between him and you because it's weird, but I had felt from him this very deep well of experience from his childhood.
Greatest actors of our time, of all time, and also one of my best friends. Also checks in the mail. But also, you realize, and I realized very fast, in order to get to the place we went, in order to go to the places we were gonna go to, you have to have love. And then you have to have trust. And the love and the trust then allows for vulnerability. And we could not have done that without this love and trust and vulnerability that we have. And I want to thank you, because you are the greatest. And I want to say thank you, and thank you, Benny. Like, you could see this core group come together, and we made this film from here, never thinking or being attached to what an outcome is or what the reaction is. And it may sound harsh, and that's okay, but it doesn't.
Okay.
And that's being real with you. It doesn't, because I felt for a few years now that I was pigeonholed because I allowed it to happen. And even the films I made in the past, like the Jumanjis and the ones, I love them, and I'll go back to make them again. But the reason why I say it doesn't play into now in terms of, audience first, is because I started to have this thought a couple of years ago, and I started to think, wait a second, am I living my dream? Or am I living other people's dreams? And it comes full circle to meeting Benny, obviously our relationship and our friendship and bond, and us coming together and going, no, this is for me. She is this word to the lineage and the king. And the word was, so I'm reading it, and this can't happen because the queen, she is the John Hurt, Oscar winner, heir, my son. Heir. Oh, thank you. It's heir. I've never said the word in my life. I've never read the word. Someone is an heir, or is an heir to something. So that's my story. Thank you, Emily Blunt.